So this is the Hublot Sang Bleu special edition with the in-house movement with the Unico. It's a beautiful piece, and imagine you walk into a room with this piece. It's a
High-end luxury speak is Sezno Benson's forte. As a luxury influencer engaging diverse audiences, the concept from a definitional point doesn't appear to be ambiguous.
True luxury is something that's unique, something that takes time to craft, something that's not easily replicated. Rolex is a fantastic example. Founded in the 18th century, and till today it's the biggest watch brand. And the gap between Rolex and the second biggest watch brand in terms of sales, it's quite massive. And today Louis Vuitton off everybody's mouth. Everybody knows this brand, and they've continued to evolve. And I think one of the leaders in the fashion sense of things, of adapting to the new consumer.
The luxury goods sector has proven remarkably resilient through a global crisis, with analysts forecasting a near full return to 2019 revenues this year, as share prices continue to outperform the wider equity market. Yet, the crisis has changed the relationship between luxury brands and their consumers in significant ways. Yvonne Okocha is a luxury entrepreneur operating within the Nigerian market. Besides curating select pieces for purchase, Yvonne also offers personal shopping services for clientele with specific luxury choices.
With the coronavirus pandemic and restricted travel, luxury sales plummeted drastically, but we also saw a sharp increase as soon as restrictions were lifted. Also, we saw enhanced digital interaction. From online selling to virtual to distance selling, luxury brands fully embraced all mediums to interact and sell to clients outside of a physical store.
While it is clear that the pandemic has deepened and solidified consumers' behaviors across sectors, it has also created new imperatives for the luxury industry, including the need to study a new shift in the psychology behind purchases. So, in light of the last few months we've all experienced globally, what would you say are some of the factors currently influencing consumer decisions around luxury goods on this market?
People are now becoming a lot more interested in their homes. We've seen a significant shift in that, especially during the COVID lockdown. A lot of people had spent times in their houses. It gave them a bit of time to think about, this is why I live every day. I want my space to be nicer. That's why we have brands like Fendi, Bentley. They have licensed a brand called Luxury Living that create furniture for them. So when you walk into somebody's living room and you see a Fendi couch, they mean business. People are becoming more interested in how they want to smell, and they want a particular scent, and they want it to be unique. Just think about it. Like, what's the easiest gift you can give somebody that's perceived luxury? It's perfume. It's an easy go-to gift. And now with niche fragrances, it's not like any bottle of perfume that you can buy anywhere, but it's a level above. So if you're giving it to a high-profile person or somebody you appreciate, it's a luxury purchase as well. And of course, there's watches. Everybody seems to be very big in the watches right now. I think Instagram has boosted the popularity of this specifically. More people are becoming more aware about a watch is not just an instrument for telling time, but it's also a piece of art. And think about it: you can't take your car into a meeting, but you can take your watch in. It's a statement piece on your wrist.
Interestingly, most of my clients are male, purchasing for themselves and also for females. But the most purchased brands among my female clientele are Hermes, Chanel, Gucci, and Bottega Veneta. Leather goods are the most demanded. Footwears and bags. Footwears prices ranging from $800 to $2,000, and bags anywhere from $3,000 to $20,000. The higher end of that spectrum being Hermes, Birkin, and Kelly bags.
So let's talk numbers and the realities on ground. What are the real market trends and what's influencing that from a purchasing power perspective yet again?
People don't just spend $20,000, $40,000. There's an emotional factor towards that. So that's why it's really important for the history and the storytelling of the brand. And you see, this is where a lot of brands leverage. They'll tell you they were the first to do X, Y, Z, or the first to do that. And a lot of collectors, they like that as well. That's why you see in terms of the marketing and strategy, a lot of these brands, they try and find lifestyle elements that connect the brand with the person. So like I'll give you an example, Ferrari and Hublot, they made a partnership with Ferrari. So you have a Ferrari customer who loves cars and you add that to the watch. So you get a bit of that lifestyle element, you put that together, and that's one of the reasons why a customer will go for a particular brand.
While brand association metrics can be equated to a universal audience, what are the peculiarities for African luxury brands and their consumers?
In Nigeria, I do believe brand association and conspicuous consumption are the two major factors that influence consumers' decision to purchase. Most consumers will purchase brands that give a perception of wealth. The more recognizable a brand is, the higher the chance of it being purchased, regardless of price. The African luxury industry has its peculiar dynamics. The market is undersaturated, consumers are price sensitive, consumer behavior differs from country to country. For example, a consumer in Dakar might prefer to be more discreet, and while a Nigerian consumer would prefer to be ostentatious. Unfortunately, the global luxury industry hasn't yet fully embraced African brands, citing weak demand and fragile market dynamics. But I do believe there's a breakthrough coming for African luxury brands. Just recently, we saw Beyoncé include a list of African fashion brands to her website. So there's an increased global appreciation for African luxury brands.
So studying the market undoubtedly goes a long way. But are brands and retailers spot on? What does the market really want?
Just concentrating on that.
Yes, this is the Game of Thrones.
You buy quality, you buy something that is reliable, you buy something that is durable. And so you can pass it from one generation to the other. Generally, Nigerians like luxury. They wear, designer stuff. Everybody just wear designer stuff. Because that is the taste that they have built. They know that it's going to last, and that when they wear it, there's an aura around them. There is that brings also some kind of respect, So we like that kind of thing. So they play to what the society likes.
Although luxury consumption more often than not is emotional, ultimately clients want quality and exclusivity.
Nigeria's luxury industry has seen the entry and exit of many international brands over time. In an environment like this, what determines true staying power? And what role does the economic climate play in consumers' decisions?
Nigeria is a high potential country with vast opportunities for doing business. But I believe that the departure of these brands are largely due to their inability to scale and make projected profits. There are also issues of currency fluctuation, the high exchange rate of the naira, difficulty in expatriating funds back to the brand's country of origin. Also, lack of infrastructure has led to overhead and running costs being higher here in comparison to other countries.
Nigerians have a high purchasing power for luxury. However, we spend a lot of this money out of the country, and this does not reflect on our market. So yes, we're one of the biggest spenders in Harrods, but that's still part of the UK market. So what these brands are seeing, these are UK sales and not Nigerian sales. And in turn of that, all the marketing activations will go to the UK. To break this down for you, how it works with a lot of these brands, the more money they're making in a particular country, they'll get a bigger marketing budget from these brands. So in Nigeria, for instance, we have a lot of local retailers here, such as we have Rolex, we have Hublot, a lot of watch brands, even furniture brands. We need consumers to spend the money in the country for it to reflect on the market. So this will give a direct indication to these brands to invest more in Nigeria, as opposed to investing more in the UK through Nigerian sales. Authenticity is the biggest fear of a lot of Nigerian customers, and I can understand that. There's a lot of fake products in the market, so they're a bit wary of buying products in the country because of counterfeit products. But I can tell you now, like any retailer in Nigeria that is an authorized dealer, you can check on the website of these brands. You will see they'll be labeled as authorized dealer. You have the 100% guarantee comfort there that you're buying from an authorized dealer.
I spend in the Gucci store.
while many well-known luxury companies base their success on tradition and pedigree. An important factor in long-term growth is innovation and responsiveness to changing times, as pop culture and social media have become driving forces behind changing demographics, consumption patterns, and purchase habits of millennials, slowly eroding the unique positioning of vintage luxury.
Regarding social media, the millennials are the highest users, and they tend to go for luxury experiences and Instagrammable moments rather than purchasing tangible luxury goods.
There is also a shift from material to experiential luxury in maturing markets, opening newer consumer segments for the travel and food industries.
Currently, we have lots of people having interest in travel, especially luxury travel. Most people are beginning to find their way out of the country once again, especially after the COVID. For people that are traveling, especially for exotic vacation, people have begun to think of traveling, and we also have more people coming in, especially young people, most especially to Mauritius, Maldives for vacation and also to relax.
As relevance becomes the new legacy, luxury brands must lean in and transform themselves from brand-centric, controlled and confidential to transparent, engaging and customer-centric models to keep the golden coins rolling in. Abby Owolawi for Arise News.